My name is Thorsten Overgaard. I'm a Danish photographer. I travel the world taking photographs and teaching photography. Today I have all this on the table, and in a moment you're going to find out what I'm going to talk about. Before I get into it, in my last video I noticed that there was a great enthusiasm because I said I would give away free books and other stuff, coffee mugs, if you made a comment in the comment field. Just any comment, it doesn't have to be positive, negative, or even super bright. Actually, some of the comments are really great. Some of them are like longer stories about people who used to have this camera, now they have this, and so on, and what went on. Very valuable. So to follow up that, I'm going to give away more stuff, and none of this, but I have here a few things. So one thing is, because we get into a little bit of special things today. So here's a special thing. This is a Leica original stock. So Leica did make some stocks some years ago. I think it's 1996 it says on it. And they're all numbered and so on, and they have a value of, I think it's 50 Deutschmark. So the Deutschmark was what they used to use in Germany. A lot of Germans still calculate anything into Deutschmark because that is the only valid currency when everything comes to everything. These stocks, I think they sell on my website. I have a handful left, or maybe 30. I give away 2, and I think on the website there's 250 a piece. So these I'll give away. I also have another kind of collectible thing here, and this is a signed catalog for my exhibition at the museum in St. Louis. It is called the International Photography Hall of Fame and Museum, and I did an exhibition there, and this is the catalog of the photographs and something behind the scenes and so on, and different people saying nice things about me and my photographs, and of course I'm happy with this. And only few exist of this, and it's like $100 on the website. It's going to be $200 soon because it's including shipping, and I'm actually losing money on some of them. Very rare and everything, and very nice. If you like me and my photograph, you have to have this one. And the way to get it, put a comment in the commentary field below the video, and then I'll make a drawing within a couple of weeks and send to wherever you are in the world. I will also send one of my coffee mugs to somebody. And then, of course, almost as usually, below the video there's links to free downloads. So there is a download of my ebook, What is Sharpness in Photography, which is not about lens design or anything, it's about light. So that's really an eye-opener. You can just put in your email and you have it in a few minutes. There's also a book I wrote about the great masters, iconic photographs and iconic photographers, how they did it, the story behind, and also how I photograph and why I photograph. And if I come up with more free downloads below the video, between now and when I post the video, you will see it down there. So look below the video. Today I'm going to talk about accessories for your camera, and you could say the thing about a Leica is that it's like a token. It's a very special and very personal product that usually when you get your first Leica, or almost any Leica or lens, you have a personal relationship to it. This camera has soul. Not a lot of products exist that you actually connect with in the same way. So that is why you could say, in generally, I don't add a lot of things to my camera. I like them as original as possible. Sometimes I have engraving made, but else I don't have hand grip and all kinds of stuff. I have them very, you could say, naked. But what I do have is I have camera straps, and that is basically what this video is about. And I'll show you here, this is from my storage I had in LA of camera straps. So I do have some experience in this. I'll just show you an idea what's in this. This is my selection of camera straps that I've used, and now I see them again. There's actually a few fun ones that I might take out and talk about. But else, most of this here is it just goes into storage again. is not something I really need. What I like is to get new straps. I like to sex up my cameras now and then. I'll clean this up later. I'll have somebody do it. And this is what this video is about, like how can you add something extra to the camera that makes it more your camera. Maybe this video is not so much about products as it is about an attitude within the Leica community. It has been a tradition for many years that you would see people around the world getting inspired by Leica and their love for the camera and their love for photography to create something that would improve the experience. And you will see, let's take one of them that I work quite a bit with, and that is rock and roll straps. I had him send me some of his new straps here, and I have a lot of his straps. I think this one might also be rock and roll, I'm not sure about it. What I do have of rock and roll, for example, he made a Leica Historical Society edition. It's like a film strip that I have on a couple of my cameras. Here I have it on the SL, and it's just a nice special piece. I also have a rock and roll strap on my Leica SL. The SL is one of the cameras, because the strap system is different, it's really hard to find a strap that fits. But he has a system here where it works, and this is I don't know if this is the Jimi Hendrix strap or which one it is, but yeah, it's different. Some of them is really thick and very cool, and sometimes in periods you're like, I want a huge strap, and you can say some of his straps is inspired by guitar straps, and that's why some of them is called Jimi Hendrix and so on. This one is really nice, and it has this system for the SL. There's not a lot of straps that works on the SL. And we'll see if I have anything else from him here. I think that's what I had of rock and roll. And then we can look at what he sent here. So he made a new 100-year version that I don't have, but he will make, for example, a braided strap like this, which is kind of really awesome. I don't know if I like it on my shoulder, but that's the whole point of this, that industrious people around the world is going to make stuff that is very unique and it's not, it doesn't look like what the camera comes with or what you normally get. Here's another one for the Leica M also, and this is sort of simple, you could say. So this is actually Alcantara on both sides, so it's like matte. And it also means it doesn't really slide, it sticks. Sometimes you want a strap that just slides back and forth, sometimes you want something that sticks. And this one is actually really nice to touch. And then there's also here another SL strap he did. And you can see this is pretty wide, and it has this special mechanism for the SL here, so we can tear this apart like this. And this also is Alcantara on both sides, and you can get them different colors. So rock and roll straps is Everest, and he's a real certified pirate that I spent some time with around the world, in London and so on, when we meet. He's from Greece. He's lived different places in the world, including Havana, making his straps and shipping them worldwide, and he always makes new products. One of the things he did recently is here's a pouch for cameras or lenses, and he also makes bags. So this is one that fits for a camera. You could say it's not something practical. It's like you want to put your camera in this one and put it inside a bag or suitcase, or just want to store it in a nice way, or maybe you want to use it for makeup or something else. But I like great accessories is something you just have to have, even if it doesn't make sense. And why is this so cool that somebody makes this? Well, it's cool because if you look at, usually you buy a Leica camera for like whatever, $9,000 or $6,000, and then you get something like this, which is too short, and it's not very artisan made. It's not really made with love. Let's just say it's like this. If it's India, China, or whatever it is, I don't know. The only good thing you can say about it is it has a Leica logo. It's not always the case that it is Sennheiser that Leica makes. You could say that is the original gangster strap. This one is the one that came with all Leica cameras back in the day. And it's nylon, and it has this plastic thing here, and it says Leica in the old way. And then it has this metal thing here that once you put it on the camera correctly, it is not going to fall off. And that's a great thing. A lot of people had a lot of trouble with getting this put on correctly, so it wasn't locked correctly and so on. Once you get the hang of it, you just take a deep breath and read the instruction how to put it on. It actually works really well, and I kind of like it. I mean, it's not really long enough, but it works for the SLR cameras, and I would say for some people you would also like it for the M camera. And that is one thing about the camera straps, is that they have to have a certain length. And what I mean with length is that they have to have a length so when you put the camera across here, the shoulder, it sits by the hip. It shouldn't be sitting up here. And you can say if you have a winter jacket on, then it's going to sit all the way up here. It shouldn't be sitting in the front like this. And you can say if you have a camera hanging on the shoulder, I mean, it's individual, everybody can do, but if I have a camera strap hanging here, then it's going to rest on a back here, something like, and then it falls off. And in particular, if I have two of them, one on each shoulder, then when I'm doing something with this one is going to fall off. So that's why across the chest, and you can say that's part of my slogan, always wear a camera. This is how it's done. I just bought a new bicycle. When I go on my bike, I have my camera here. I can sling it to the front or the back. So camera straps have to be longer than 90 centimeters. They have to be 110 centimeters or longer. And then they have to have personality. And another brand that I really like is Japanese brand here. And I can never remember what it's called. It's Artisan and Artist. I always say Artist and Artisan, but it's Artisan and Artist. So a Japanese company makes bags for women and pouches and everything. And he is also a camera geek, so of course he made camera straps. This one is a fairly thin leather strap that I think I used this one for 2 or 3 years with my Leica M9, and often the Noxlux hang on it. And then you can say, well, that's a very thin strap for a Noxlux and an M9, but it worked perfectly. And I'll usually take off this one. I don't like this one. So this is not the one I actually used. The one I actually used is somewhere in the box. And I mean, it doesn't look like new anymore, but it's still holding together. And you can say what is great about this is Japanese artisans making this. It is just special. It's very different than if it's made in Germany or China or something. It's like Japanese, they're very good at the stuff. And of course, once you get into straps, then you get into other accessories. So just like rock and roll makes camera bags and pouches and everything. Artists and Artisan also make half cases like this one, which is not something that I think is fantastic, awesome to have, but some people just really love this. And here you see it goes on here, and then the camera is held like this. And some really like this leather feeling and everything, and you can get like, you can cover it completely. Not for me, but it is like a very popular thing, and of course you can get this in crocodile and yellow, orange, red, and what have you. This is just a traditional boring black one that is discreet, and this is also artisan in Japan. One of the things I will say, because I don't have all products here, it's just not possible. I tried actually to get more brands, but it just took so much time to get them here. It's like, okay, let's just get rolling with this video. So what I will say is, it's worth going online and see what can you find of special stuff. And there's new stuff coming out. Some is going to make silk straps, so each strap is unique. And that is a great thing. There's another new brand here that is called owl crown, and here this one doesn't say what's inside, so I'll have to open it and see. Nice packing and everything, and it comes with a little letter and a pouch, and it even comes with stickers here you can put on your car or your computer or whatever. And then let's see the axle strap, and this one you could say is on maybe the wider side. So this is made of nylon or cotton or something, and this is almost a little bit mountain climbing, and this one is adjustable and so on. And you can say here at least it can be long enough for sure, and you can adjust it and everything. You can probably do things where you go like this and so on. In general, I like straps that are simple, which means they don't have adjustment, they don't have plastic things, they don't have anything extra. It's just a strap. I still think this is very cool, and this is made in USA. It says here that might be a good label a few weeks ago. Now it's a little bit so-so, but I actually do like that it's made in the US and not somewhere far away and then sold from a US company. If you're a US company, make it in the US. If you're Italian, make it in Italy. Here's another one, and here we are over in a more simple M strap. They could say it simply have the ring to put on the camera, and it's fairly thick, and it's nice on this side and a little bit raw on this side, which makes it kind of very cool, a little bit rock star thing, and also it can slide, but can also not slide. So that's probably a good compromise. Again, I have a website with tons of models, and this is like a new brand. They seem to come out with new colors and new types and everything. I would say a couple of times a week. That's probably too much. Then we get to two things that's really interesting. So I'll just plug my own straps now that I'm at it. So one thing is straps is important for me to have for myself, and one thing I had is like I want to have nice straps and I want to have simple straps. So how can I get that? And one thing I did is actually I looked at some of the Hermes stuff. This is actually a Hermes strap, and this is made for horse riding, and this is in many ways really nice, and this one inspired some of the straps I made, and I actually also talked with Hermes about we should make a strap together. Hasn't happened yet. They kind of want to be independent, not be associated with a camera brand or something. It's fine. I made my own, and you could say the idea with my straps is that it is the best an artisan can make, the simplest thing, and spared nothing in making it. So that means it's so simple here. So there's a lot of secrets how to do it. So like, how do you make a thread here, and how do you stop it so it doesn't go loose? And stuff is glued here, so even if it falls off, then it stays here. And this is hand painted. I think it's 9 times on the edges and so on. And the leather is Italian leather. Sometimes it's actual leather that we buy from Hermes. A total pain to make, but once it gets into production, it really works. And we also made one for the Leica SL here with a very simple mechanism. It's basically just one long piece of leather, which some would say that's impossible to find, but it's not if you look hard enough. And it's very soft and everything, the same edge painted. This is black with orange, and there's just a mechanism here that it stays here. And you can say that this orange one is one I made for myself. We actually only made 3 of them, so I have 2 people out there in the world that are really happy because they also have an orange strap. And then I have one. And then we also made a yellow one here. I'll show that in a moment what the deal is with that. So here's the normal black one. They could say that is the most common one. And this is the only one that's going to continue. They're still back ordered, so they're going to be like black with orange edge, and they're going to be black with black edge. And these comes in 2 lengths, 125 centimeters and 145. And the point is there's no adjustment. It's just like this strap fits you. You don't have to do anything, and there's no fancy system mucking on and off and stuff like that. And for the Safaricane camera, we made a Safaricane that's actually the only one in stock. So this is Safaricane with orange edge, same stuff, 2 lengths, and that's it. There will be a few interesting models where you can you can make both a hand strap and a strap in the same strap. We'll see how it goes. These things is something, when I work with it, I have to go to the artisan and sit and prototype, and then they come up with ideas. I said, no, just scrap that, just simplify. And then they said, but then and I said, okay, simplify. Which leads me to something that I'm really enthusiastic about. I will actually show one strap over here. You can go on the website under the Leica M10 and Leica M240 and so on. There is a page with sexy stuff for the Leica, also called camera porn. I kind of stopped doing these pages for current Leicas because of Google and keywords and everything, so you can't really talk about sexy stuff for a camera or camera porn. So let's just say it's nice. This is one that is described on the website. This is a Louis Vuitton strap. So this is actually a strap for a handbag that I bought, and then you cut off the metal things that have to connect to the handbag, and then you put on rings instead, and the length fits here. I'm not sure if you can still get this one. It was fun when I did it, and sometimes it would be fun to put it on again, but maybe it's a little bit cheesy. But you know, it had to be done. One more thing I just stumbled over here is another artisan, and this is cotton strap. Actually a really nice strap. It is adjustable here, but fairly simple. One that would last forever, and it feels really nice. And then comes something I'm really enthusiastic about, because in Italy there is Luigi in Italy. Of course there's many Luigi, but there's only one Luigi that is the Luigi. So Luigi have been making straps for Leica, or not for Leica, for Leica cameras and Leica enthusiasts and Hasselblad and I guess other brands also for many years. And it's always been kind of very exclusive, and it's always been like hardcore fans all meet, like Seal, the singer. He just loved Luigi, and Luigi makes stuff for all his cameras every time he gets a new camera. And somehow recently I just felt like I need some Luigi straps. So I emailed Luigi, and you never really know with Luigi, is he there, is he working or not, or what is happening? There'll always be like, I haven't heard from, in forums people will say, I haven't heard from Luigi for 6 weeks on the strap, and so on. But it's really snap, and in less than a week I had the straps, and I just said, let me get 2 black ones, and let me get a hand wrist also, because I would like to use a hand wrist strap on my SL or something. At least I just want to try it, because I never really been to hand wrist. And what I love about Luigi, it is so damn simple, and it's so artisan handmade. Here I have it on the M10D. So this is a camera that screams to have a really classic strap, and here it is, just a black Luigi. And I also have the Leica Q2 monochrome that had a yellow strap for a long time because it was easy to recognize it. Now I'm done with yellow. We need some Luigi, and well, you could say actually this color would go with the Q3 43, which is this one. I hadn't thought about that, but it would be a good idea to go with this one. I think the black Luigi strap here has to go on the Q2 monochrome, and then suddenly it just changes the whole character of the camera. I mean, if you go from yellow with a little bit hip hop and everything, and that looks very fancy, and then you go to this black material that really have a feeling of being handmade, that is just great. This is not really a product overview, but it's more to encourage you to actually look for interesting products. And usually the great thing is when you get, for example, a strap from Luigi, is like you don't only get a strap made of leather and made in Italy, you also get a little piece of Luigi. So when I have this strap on my camera here, I'm also carrying a little bit of Luigi with me. And I think about the stories from his website of him and his wife and his daughter and his family, and how long he has been doing this. And he's a very stylish Italian gentleman. And the same also when I have a rock and roll strap. It is Everest, and the history of this product is just it's not just some box I bought in a Leica store with something that they had made in India. I mean, you can do whatever you want, and you can say this is one of the charms, I think, that has been and still is with Leica, and something that you have to support. I mean, there is a Death Star department at Leica that seems to like to just sometimes harass people who make great products. So you will have like somebody who makes eyepieces in South Africa, or somebody who makes hand grips or something, and they will actually send them letters, tell them they can't use Leica cameras in their website, or they can't use the logo or the name or whatever. And that's a pity, because as a brand you should be happy that somebody is inventing new stuff. And on the other hand, you can say Leica's Death Star department is also the one who says, wow, people really like to put on a hand grip on their Q or the M, and then let's make them. It's like, no, you should not make them. You should have whoever made these, invented these, and refined them and does different models. Those should be available on your website and in the more than 110 Leica stores. It's not that Leica is supposed to make everything, particularly when somebody else can make it with more passion and can make it better, and also maybe got the idea. Go with the artisan, and there is literally so many things you can do. There's also other things you can get for a Leica. You can get small things to put on the shutter release and so on. And even I had on one of my cameras here, see if I can ever find it again, this one. So here I actually have on this one, I have a little silver camera. This is actually a necklace that I sell on my website. There's only so many left. Maybe there's, I don't know, 100 left. They were actually made almost for Leica employees for an anniversary. So a lot of Leica employees have these, and then I happened to get the stock of them from the guy who made them as part of a payment plan or whatever. So those you can buy, and I never thought about putting them on the camera until I had a guy that he kept buying. He bought like 8 of them over 2 months, and then we spoke, and he says, I love these, I put them on my cameras like this, and I thought, okay, I'll try this. I don't think it's the greatest idea in the world, but it's kind of cute for just this one camera. Stuff like that. It comes and goes. Sometimes you want to put something in gold or diamond or whatever. Sometimes you want to have something blacked out that is very discreet and so on. And sometimes you want to go fully Louis Vuitton or Gucci or whatever you can find of crazy stuff. And sometimes there is an anniversary edition here as a film strip that they made, like a few hundred or whatever. And then you get one of those, and that's fun for a while. So that's the change in, you could say, in the fashion of the camera, that maybe you use this camera for 5, 10 or 20 years or maybe more, and then you simply just change the strap now and then when you feel like when you buy a new jacket, you buy a new camera strap. That's all I had to say today. Just an encouragement to find something special, and at the same time support some of the enthusiastic artisans around the world that make stuff to make themselves happy and also to make you happy. And nothing is better than that, and it keeps the economy going in all kinds of places in the world. Thank you for watching, and remember, till I see you next time, to always wear a camera.